This is Dennis Sanders. I am the pastor of First Christian Church, Disciples of Christ of St. Paul, Minnesota. St. Paul, located in Matamidi, Minnesota. Welcome to Preparing for Sunday. We are going to be focusing on a text for this upcoming Sunday. That is something that we do on a weekly basis. And for this week, we are focusing on the text for Palm Sunday. This is kind of right now the quiet before the storm. Next week is going to be a rather busy week for many people involved in churches. So if you can for a moment, make sure that you pray for people, for pastors, for church musicians, and for other people who are involved in the life of the church as they prepare for a very busy week. But one of the most holy weeks of the year for Christians. So with that, let us look at this week's text. And that comes from Luke 19, 28 through 40. After he had said this, he went on ahead, going up to Jerusalem. When he had come near to Bethphage and Bethany, at the place called the Mount of Olives, he sent two of his disciples, saying, "Go into the village ahead of you, and as you enter it, you will find tied there a colt that has never been ridden. Untie it and bring it here. If someone asks you, 'Why are you untying it?' just say, 'The Lord needs it.'" So those who were sent departed and found it as he had told them. And as they were untying the colt, its owners asked them, "Why are you untying the colt?" They said, "The Lord needs it." Then they brought it to Jesus, and after throwing their cloaks on the colt, they set Jesus on it. As he rode along, people kept spreading their cloaks on the road. As he was now approaching the path down from the Mount of Olives, the whole multitude of the disciples began to praise God joyfully with a loud voice for all the deeds of power that they had seen, saying, "Blessed is the King who comes in the name of the Lord, peace in heaven and glory in the highest heaven." Some of the Pharisees in the crowd said to him, "Teacher, order your disciples to stop." He answered, "I tell you, if these were silent, the stones would shout out." So now we will focus on the questions for this week. And that is something, as I didn't say that at the beginning of the worship, our beginning of this video that we do every week. So let's start with some of the questions for this week. First one is a basic one. What was your earliest memory of Palm Sunday? The second question. How do you think the two disciples that were sent to get the donkey felt when everything that Jesus said would happen actually happened? Why do you, number three, why do you think Jesus needed the donkey? Number four, this is told in almost every gospel. It is told in every gospel. In Luke, it's the disciples that are the ones that are cheering. It's not a crowd. Why did the disciples cheer? Number five, the disciples are cheering for the great deeds that God has done. What are those deeds? Number six, there are Pharisees present, and they urge Jesus to quiet his disciples. Why do you think that they asked this question? And what do you make of Jesus' response? Final question, number seven. Why does Palm Sunday matter? How is it different from Good Friday or Easter? So, those are the questions. What are your answers? Or what are your questions? We love to hear it from you. Feel free to share them either in the responding to this post on whatever platform you're listening to, whether it's Facebook or YouTube. Or you can also send an email to the church at info@fccstpaul.org. I really love to hear your answers, what you're thinking, and even if this text also brought out more questions. The whole point of this is to engage the text and not simply just to get an answer, but an answer is important, but to engage and figure out what the text is saying. So that is it for this episode of Preparing for Sunday. We will have one coming in next week for Easter Sunday. We probably will be taking the week off after that, just because, of course, the busyness of Holy Week. Sometimes it's good just to take a week off. So don't expect one for the final Sunday of April. I do want to, if you live in the Twin Cities area, to invite you to come to worship here at First Christian Church of St. Paul. You can find out, we worship every Sunday at 10 a.m. You can find out a little bit more about who we are and directions by going to our website at fccstpaul.org. And you'll see all of this in the notes in the description. Also, you can watch, if you're not able to come in person, watch our live stream. That starts at the same time, 10 a.m. And you can go to watch it at fccstpaul.org/worship. And then finally, you can find this video, obviously, I said, on YouTube and Facebook. It will also be available on our website, and that will be at fccstpaul.org/learn. So that is it for this week, for the upcoming Sunday, which is Palm Sunday. I will hear from you, see you next week. May you have a blessed coming Sunday, and God be with us all, and that we take time in this very busy time next week to actually reflect on this important time of the year, this holy time of the year, when we talk about those last times with Jesus and Jesus heading to the cross and ultimately and beyond. So I'll see y'all next week. Take care. Goodbye.